Alright, so we just went for an adventure to find Six Shot, and Chris just found out I'm not letting him open the box. I'm just going to keep him in there to tease him. But Christopher Stemmer over here, he has always loved Six Shot, and I even found him a Six Shot at a used clothing store one time when I was super lucky. And honestly, I don't know a whole lot about Six Shot myself, other than he's really awesome, he's really hard to transform. But Chris, on your observations, what do you notice the difference between these two?
Well, the obvious thing is that the new Six Shot is the headmaster, which, as you see, you cannot remove this Six Shot's head. He cannot decapitate himself. And I noticed that the head sculpt, they changed it to more of like a Roman centurion deal instead of like, he kind of looks a lot like Optimus Prime here in the face.
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
Yeah, and in this one, he's more of a Roman centurion look. Like more like a Spartacus thing or something. But they stayed really faithful to the general design here. But added detail, like the car part on the legs is a lot more detailed, of course. And then you got articulation, which this guy's just a brick that you can just beat someone to death with. Which I wanted to do to you several times.
Yeah.
And the guns are different, but I don't have the guns because someone threw them out because they're a genius.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, and somehow a genius can find a complete Six Shot and throw out everything. Because that's what smart people do. But generally, this is one of the best G1 toys, and they did a nice, loyal redo of the guy. He's big. He's about the same size, if you notice, even though he's in the box still, they're generally the same size. So it's like they had this guy right next to him when they were making the sculpt, and we're like, yeah, we gotta do this. We gotta have his little robot dick thing here, and we gotta have the pants thing there. They kept most of the colors right. If you see there, his legs are still that, but his legs right there are a different color, at least on the. They're black on the new one, white on that, but it's more of a Decepticon look to have blacks anyways, even though he still has some white on him. And I don't know how he transforms because we're keeping him in the package. But I noticed, if you look at the back, the gun mode, which was a primary mode of Six Shots in the cartoon. It's how he killed Ultra Magnus in the Headmaster's cartoon, and how he shot him down in the Rebirth. It's not there. Instead, it's this odd mode that is like a battleship that's upside down that oddly looks just like a gun if it was held right side up. So that is how they hid the whole he's a gun thing. That's the reason. As some Transformers fans know, Megatron, the G11, is not allowed to be shipped into Canada or the US. At least in gun mode, because he looks like a real gun.
Are you allowed to sell him?
I think you are allowed to sell him, but probably not in gun mode.
Yeah, fair enough. I can see people getting in trouble with that.
With one reissue, they tried to stop it by putting an orange thing around the barrel, and that still wasn't enough because the reissue Megatron's impossible to find. I've been to 3 Transformer cons and I've seen 0. I've seen G1, but the real one, which generally goes for about $200 complete.
Oh wow!
But you got your main villain of Transformers there. So
now the gun mode for the original Six Shot, did they advertise that?
Yes, they did. It was part of the commercial. We should put a link on there.
Yeah.
To show this commercial.
I guess they want to get away from guns these days.
They want to get away from transforming guns, but he still has guns. But even his guns kind of just look like exhaust pipes or something.
Yeah.
But still, other Transformers have assault rifles and stuff. It's a strange double standard that oddly the villains have to appease to more than the heroes. Optimus Prime can have a grenade launcher, but if Megatron's a gun, what the hell? What the hell's going on?
No guns allowed. Yeah.
Guns are bad.
Well, yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Thanks, Chris. Geez, you know a whole lot more about this guy than I do, but yeah, thanks for doing this interview with us. Have a good one, buddy.